What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down Keenan Allen's releases off the line of scrimmage. I think he's one of the most dangerous receivers off the line of scrimmage, and today we're going to break down what makes him so special. And guys, please leave in the comments who you would like to see me break down next. Let's get started. So this is zone coverage here. This linebacker's taking away the inside, okay? Now, he's going to be running an out. Now, he doesn't want to just come straight into this out route because he doesn't want this guy to catch up. He wants to hold him inside and create as much separation as possible. So what he does is he kind of does this little slow play, skip release here, picking this pad a little up, getting him inside, helping him stay on his heels, okay? Now, when he comes off this skip release, he gives a 1-2, almost like he's playing basketball. So he gives a real 1-2 crossover move, head and shoulders to the outside. His legs are in a real explosive position. Both of these legs, that shows that he's pushing up the inside portion of his foot. When we push up the inside portion of our foot, we're going to be explosive and we're going to get some separation. So coming off 1-2, and now what I want you to see here is it's not just about the release, guys, and then just we make the move and then that's it. He accelerates out of this release. He doesn't pop straight up. He doesn't snap his head around right away. He's accelerating out. He pumps those arms and he drives out of the release. That's a part of the release that we need to do. He drives out of this release, creates the separation from both of these defenders, continues out. He knows Rivers is going to get this ball out on time, and then he catches this ball. So the reason why I use this release, zone coverage a little bit here, wants to give a little bit of a walk-off, get him staying on the inside, give him a 1-2, hold him on the inside so he doesn't try to undercut this route. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming off, slow play, 1-2, and then he's accelerating out, pushing up the inside portion of his foot. That's how you're explosive off of a release. So again, now he's going to be doing the same thing, kind of a crossover release. We're going to watch this thing full speed one more time, then we'll break it down. So coming off, again, same thing, a little bit of a 1-2 crossover release with kind of a skip. So off the line here, this is a catch technique. So what this catch technique is this DB's not right off the line jamming him, and he looks like he came in motion, Keenan Allen here, but it's tough to tell. But he wants to close the gap between himself and the defender, and that's what this skip release does. Closes the gap with him, gets him on these heels, right? And now he gives just this 1-2. One with the left. Now, what I want you to see here is how this first step isn't way the hell out here where he has to pick up his pad level and his hips come up. His first step is within himself. Okay, it's within his frame. That's where we got to be. We want our head and shoulders to take this DB to the outside, and we want our feet to stay within ourselves so we're in an explosive position, right? So he comes off 1-2. Again, this opposite leg, this right leg, this is in underneath his frame. He's keeping his toes straight forward so he could explode out. But what is he doing with his upper half? Turning this shoulder, head movement to the inside. Now watch what it does to this DB. It gets his cleats out of the ground. That's what we need. We need the DB to be in this position, and we're exploding out of this break, okay? Now he's going to be kind of coming out of a pivot and then turn this thing up, and so he comes off of this pivot right now, and then he breaks this thing up into the route. We're not focusing on the route portion today. We're just focusing on these releases. But the reason why he used this kind of skip release here, close the gap with this DB, and this comes from reps, guys. You got to have about 5 to 7 releases in your head when you're coming pregame. You study DBs all week on film. You got to have those releases in your head, and you know the situations that we like these certain releases. And he knows against this DB, he likes in a catch technique stance, he likes this slow play skip release, 1-2, keep your legs underneath your frame, head and shoulder movement to get him to jump whichever way you want him to go, making that first move to whichever side you're taking a release. So you're taking an outside release, you want to move with your left foot first, go left, right, go out, then back in. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. Skip release, 1-2, then let's turn upfield, let's get up the sideline, then let's go make this catch for a great job by Keenan Allen. Okay, so he's going to be coming in motion here, and the main thing I want you to see, and this is receivers, quarterbacks already know this, but receivers, you got to know this too. We want to be second quarterbacks on the field. If we're coming in motion, and this guy's trailing us across the field, it is man coverage 100%. So I got to give him a quick move off the line, get some separation for my quarterback, because when it's man coverage, more often than not, this guy's going to be getting a little bit of pressure. Okay, he's going to get a little bit of pressure. It's man across the board. He's got to get the ball out. So that's exactly what Keenan Allen does. Let's watch this thing full speed, then we'll break it down. So we got to give him a quick move. We can't spend so much time on the line of scrimmage wasting time. He gets the separation that he needs to, and then he catches this ball over the top. So he comes in motion, right? Snap of the ball. He's not going to do 20 different moves. This is what I see a lot of receivers do. You watch Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, some of the best at their craft off the line of scrimmage. They don't give 100 different moves like you see high school receivers doing 7-on-7 and 1-on-1s and all that, not real football. They just do simple moves that are effective, and they have great technique, and that's how they get separation. They don't make it complicated. They do the things that are going to work and that are the most effective, and that's what he does. So he comes off. He kind of gives this little hesitation hop right here, is in the air, getting this guy on his heels. He doesn't know where he's going. That's why he decided to choose this 1-2. So he puts this left foot in the ground, left, right. Now, I want you to see his feet right here. It's not outside of his frame. He's not reaching with these steps. He keeps it inside of his frame. What he's aggressive with is his upper half, his head movement, his shoulder movement. That's what gets him the most separation on this. So he comes off here. He goes 1, 2, and I want you to see how violent his head and shoulders are to the outside. And that's what gets this DB to jump. That's what gets his cleats out of the ground, and we're able to take this inside release. Again, another double move from Keenan Allen, another in, back, out. So in, out. Wherever he wants to take an inside release, right? So you're going to make a move with your left leg first, and then you're going to go right. So he goes left, right, takes the inside release, avoids the hand contact, and this is a very bad position for this DB to be in with one of the best route runners, one of the best guys off the line of scrimmage in the game today. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So again, comes in motion, and the DB trails him. DB follows him across the field. Man coverage 100%. Let's give him a move. Let's get some separation fast for our quarterback because he knows it's man coverage. See, the thing about one-on-ones that a lot of people don't get is that when you're manned up with the DB, more often than not, the quarterbacks might be getting pressure, okay? Unless it's like a two-man situation, but let's say it's like a cover 0, a cover 1, he's probably going to be getting some pressure. So he wants to get the ball out of his hands quick. He doesn't have all day. So guys that make 100 moves out the line of scrimmage, that make 10 moves at the top of the route, that's not going to work in a real game. You're never going to get the ball. Quarterback's either going to be sacked or he's going to move on because that's what they're trained to do. This is a perfect example of how in a game scenario, it's man coverage. Let's get some separation fast and let's go. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So coming off, hesitation, 1, 2. Get some jumping to the inside. Let's get some separation. Let's get open quick for our quarterback, and let's catch this ball for a great job. Okay, so now he's going to be working this slide release. Now, this is a pretty popular release right now, okay, but a lot of guys use it in the wrong situation, okay? This is the right situation to use it in. He wants to slide him to his right to get this DB to slide off platform, and then to get him to bite. His eyes go in the backfield. Let's watch this thing one more. Let's watch this thing full speed. 1, 2. Gets him sliding inside, comes off of this thing now. Here's the thing here. A lot of guys love this release, and then they take this outside release, and then they run a dig or they run a double move. That's too long. It's all about timing. His job, DB's job, is to screw up the timing with the quarterback and the receiver. And if we're doing the 20 different moves, like I said, off the line of scrimmage, where we're doing this slide release and then we're making triple move off of it, that's not going to work in a game scenario. He disrupted the timing. DB did his job. Even if you break his ankles, you're still not getting the ball. So this is a perfect scenario when to use this slide release. He's just running a little quick flat route here, getting to the flat. Phillip Rivers is going to get him this ball fast, right? So this is the perfect scenario to use it. You can use this slide release on a slant maybe. If you want to slide him to the outside, you could use it on a fade. Slide him to the inside, take it up on a fade, or you could slide him outside and use this. But this is there are only a few scenarios where utilizing this slow play release, this slide release is going to work. But right now is one of those that we're going to break down. So when he takes him on this slide here, I want you to see his base is really good and his good pad level, right? So he's not getting his feet close together. His feet are active the entire time. Feet are active, hands are active, sliding him. Now 1. This first step, again, double move off it, working a crossover. Selling like he's just going to burst off of this foot right now and go slant. That's what gets this DB biting inside. So he goes 1, 2 here, committing his head and his shoulders, almost turning his back shoulder completely. DB doesn't have hands on him, so he has freedom to do this. He's staying in that good range. He's staying out of the range of this DB. Anytime we work this slide release, we don't want to get too close because, again, his pad level is a little high right now, but we don't want to get close and engage contact with him because it's hard to get separation on this release when we don't stay in this range. So when we go here, DB's forced to make a decision. Come at him with this hand. He's trying to undercut this route like he's running a slant right now. And again, I want you to see how explosive his feet are. His toes are straight forward. He's pushing off of this inside arch, head and shoulder movement, violent to the inside. That's what's going to get him some separation. DB bites to the inside, thinks the ball's coming, and now Keenan Allen, again, I want you to see, he's got the separation here. But what's he doing? He's accelerating out of the break. That's the second part of the release. We can't pop straight up. We can't lose that on a release. He accelerates out of this thing and then catches this ball, and now let's get upfield. That's a great job working this slow play release. Again, guys, there are only a few situations where this slow play release doesn't screw up the timing with the quarterback. This is one of them. This is a situation. You just got to be smart with your releases. Again, like I said, 5 to 7 releases in your head before the game in the situations that you like it. He knows on this play, I like this slow play release. We got a little bit of time. The timing will add up right in the backfield. So let's work this thing. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So slow play, 1, 2. Sell like he's going slant. Accelerate out of this thing. Catch the ball. And then let's turn upfield for a great job by Keenan Allen. Okay, so now I want you to see here. He's at the left side of your screen here. Left side of your screen, and I want you to see how he gets him with his eyes here. Gets this DB completely with his eyes. Let's watch this thing full speed. So he goes 1-2, eyes to the inside, aggressive head and shoulder movement, and then Phillip Rivers gives him this ball for a touchdown. Now, the main thing I want you to see is look where his eyes are right now. Your eyes are going to tell lies. Eyes to the inside, shoulders to the inside. That's how he's selling like he just wants to go either slant right now, or he's taking this thing over the middle on a drag, or maybe like an over route. But let's watch this thing, break this thing down. So 1-2, again. His eyes are to the inside. What does the DB do? Opens his gate. Think he could be a little bit more disciplined? Yes, but it's hard when he's giving his eyes to the inside. It's man coverage, right? And his shoulders are to the inside. He doesn't want to get beat over the middle. So he goes 1-2 here off the line. 1-2. And again, what did he do with his upper half? Aggressive head and shoulder movement to the inside, gets this guy to bite to the inside. Selling like he's just either going slant right now, they might have been running a slant before, or he's just taking this thing over the middle on maybe a drag or an over route. 1-2. Aggressive, explosive foot, head and shoulder movement to the inside. Gets the separation he needs, and now you see how right here, off of the release, he still gets up to his depth. He doesn't just do this release and then go straight to the route. To allow this DB to recover and get and to screw up the timing. He knows that the timing with Phillip Rivers is him getting up to his depth. He can't just make this move and then go, and he's sitting there in no man's land when Phillip Rivers isn't expecting him to be there yet. And then he gets up to his depth and he comes out of this route, and then lo and behold, Phillip Rivers shoots this ball to him with great timing over the top. It's a great job getting some separation on the release and then still carrying up to our depth to not screw up the timing with our quarterback. Let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So eyes inside, 1-2, head and shoulder movement, work up to your depth so the timing stays the same, catches this ball, and then let's get upfield for a great job. Okay, so Phillip, he's down here to the right of your screen. Now, the main thing I want you to see here is how he takes this hesitation release and he gives this quick 1-2. Now, again, what does this look like? Looks like Phillip's going to be getting some pressure here, right? Looks like he's going to be getting some pressure, so we want to get the ball out quick. So he's going to come off the line here, hesitation hop, 1-2. Again, explosive movement with his feet. Now, his feet are a little wide, but his toes are straight forward. That's how you know he's exploding off that inside portion of his foot so he can get up into this route. He's running a slant. So, same thing, a little bit of catch technique. Comes off the line. He knows what release he likes. 1-2. Head and shoulder movement to the outside, like we said. Head and shoulder, get this guy to jump off platform, and he's still accelerating off the release, pumping those arms, and he snaps that head around and catches this ball. That's a great job working that hesitation, double move release off the line of scrimmage. Just watch this thing full speed one more time. So hesitation, 1-2. And let's explode up into this route. Let's catch this thing. Let's go get upfield for a great job. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Please leave in the comments who you would like to see me break down next, whether it's a receiver, quarterback, anybody. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time.